Who was Sasaki Kojiro? Introduction. Let me introduce our hero. Sasaki Kojiro, Zuo Mu Xiaoqilang, sometimes called Ganryu Kojiro, was one of Japan's most legendary swordsmen. He lived in a time when samurai were warriors, defending lands and earning respect by skill and honor. He is best known for his duel with Miyamoto Musashi, a showdown that still echoes in history. Though details can be mysterious, Kojiro's life inspires because he strove for perfection, training, innovating, facing rivals. Even in defeat, his name became legend. 2. Origins and early training. Let's go back to Kojiro's early years. A. Birth and mystery. Kojiro was likely born around 1585 in Fukui Prefecture, in modern Japan. Some sources call him Ganryu, Ino en Dan, a name he later used for his school. However, much of his childhood is shrouded in story and legend. We don't know every fact. B. Seeking masters and learning styles. When Kojiro grew, he studied sword arts. Some say he learned from Totosigan or Kanamaki Jisai, masters of a style called Chujo Ryu, a martial art focusing on sword techniques. Because his masters often used a kodachi, short sword, Kojiro chose to train with a longer blade, an idea insur an den surbide nodachi, pushing himself to master something tougher. Through weight, distance, speed, he made precision his strength. 3. Mastering his technique. The swallow cut. Kojiro's signature move was called the Tsubame Gaishi, Yan Fan Shi, or the swallow counter, sometimes swallow cut. Why swallow? Because a swallow is a bird that darts, changes direction quickly, swoops, so his sword move was said to imitate that graceful agility. Legend says he could cut a bird in flight with this move. How it might work, in simple terms, he makes a swift cut downward. In one smooth motion, he reverses direction upward or sidewise, catching the opponent if they try to dodge. The trick is timing, speed, and deception, like a bird flitting mid-air. This move became feared because it was both beautiful and deadly. Kojiro also used a very long sword, Nodachi, that many thought was too heavy, but he made it his advantage. His blade Monohoshi Zao, sometimes translated the drying pole or laundry pole, is one name given to his longsword. 4. Rise as a renowned swordsman. Kojiro didn't stay hidden. He fought many duels, gained fame, and taught others. He traveled to test himself, challenge rivals, and prove his skill. 1. Noteworthy honor. By around 1610, because of his reputation, he was honored by Hosokawa Tadaoki, a powerful lord, as a top swordsman. He also founded his own school, Ganryu, which carried his method and name forward. His skill, with long blade, speed, and the Tsubame Gaishi technique, made people both respect and fear him. 5. The famous duel, Kojiro versus Musashi, A, setting the duel. On April 13, 1612, on a small island called Ganryujima off the coast of Japan, Sasaki Kojiro faced Miyamoto Musashi. The duel was arranged in advance. Both men had strong reputations. B. Mind games, tactics. A rival Musashi is said to have arrived late, possibly to unnerve Kojiro mentally. He also fashioned a wooden sword, a bakken, from a boat oar to match or exceed the reach of Kojiro's long blade. Kojiro, waiting, may have grown anxious, irritated, or impatient, a psychological strain. C. The battle they clashed. Kojiro tried his Tsubame Gaishi technique, striking with the elegance he was famous for, but Musashi's timing, tactics, and possibly the sunlight in Kojiro's eyes, may have given advantage. In many versions, Musashi lands a blow on Kojiro's head, skull, a strike before Kojiro could finish his technique. Kojiro is said to have fallen, fatally wounded. Some say, even in death, he attempted a final strike at Musashi's legs, but couldn't stop the blow. That duel, though brief, turned into legend. D. Why it's legendary. It wasn't only about strength. Mind, timing, psychology played a role. It shows how pride and emotion can be exploited. Though Kojiro lost, many later said he was the greatest opponent Musashi ever faced. The island where it took place was later named Ganryujima in honor of Kojiro. 6. Strengths, flaws, and lessons. Strengths. Technical mastery. His Tsubame Gaishi was elegant and feared. Precision and timing. He wasn't just swinging wildly, each cut had purpose. Discipline. Training with a very long blade requires great patience and strength. Flaws, challenges, overconfidence. Some accounts show Kojiro letting anger or impatience guide him. Psychological vulnerability. Musashi used tactics, delay, light, and pressure. The fatal moment. Even the smallest mistake or delay cost him dearly. Lessons we can take. Skill alone doesn't guarantee victory. The mind must be sharp too. Timing matters. Waiting, knowing when to act is as important as force. Humility under pressure. Let focus, not emotion, guide reaction. 7. Analogy. The long-reach archer and the swift shot. To help kids understand, imagine two archers in a field. Archer A uses a super long bow, can hit from far away, but slower, to aim. Archer B uses a shorter, faster bow, closer, but quick and accurate. Archer A might think, I have the reach, I can win. But if B moves fast, uses wind, waits for the right moment, B might place an arrow where timing and surprise matter more than raw distance. Kojiro was like Archer A, long reach, beautiful technique. But Musashi, like Archer B, used timing, position, surprise, and his own strengths to overcome. This shows, advantage is more than power. It's about using what you have wisely. 8. Narrative recap. Kojiro's journey. Let's retell all of it as one flowing story. In war-torn Japan, a young man named Sasaki Kojiro trained with masters, embraced a longsword, and practiced tirelessly. He developed the graceful, deadly swallow cut, and earned renown as one of the finest swordsmen. His fame spread. He built his own school, tested himself in duels, and reached the ears of powerful lords. But among all challengers, one stood out. Miyamoto Musashi, a warrior known for unconventional methods and fierce skill. They arranged a duel on Ganryu Island in 1612. Kojiro waited. Musashi arrived late, carrying a wooden sword made from a boat oar. Kojiro struck, elegant, swift. But Musashi's timing, tactics, and possibly using the setting sun and wind turned the tide. In the end, Kojiro fell. The blow to his head was decisive, yet the legend lived on, not as a loser, but as a great opponent, a master whose skill and spirit would not be forgotten. The island was named Genryujima in his honor. Throughout his life, Kojiro showed that mastery takes years, but a moment can decide everything. 9. Visual and engagement tips. For the video. Show maps and island visuals. Place Genryujima on screen. Dramatic reenactment. Show silhouettes dueling. Flashes. Slow-motion cuts. Pause questions. If you waited for someone who was late, would you feel calm or angry? Include analogies or short stories, like the archers above. Use simple recap slides. Early life. Technique. Duel. Legacy. Tone shifts. Calm in early days. Tense at the duel. Reflective at the end. 10. Conclusion and call to action. And that is the story of Sasaki Kojiro, a swordsman of elegance, a strategist of blade, and a man who met fate on a lonely island. His life teaches us that great skill needs sharp mind, that rivalry tests us, and that how we respond in tiny moments can change everything. If you loved that journey, please subscribe and hit the bell. More sword legends, hero stories, and historical wonders are coming. Which legend should we explore next? Leave your suggestion below. Maybe Musashi's life, or another warrior from distant lands. Thank you for watching. May your spirit be as steady as a blade. Make this more anime animation.